Hello, I'm back once again, and today is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Let's go. However, it is time to operate a steam locomotive and not let it blow up so we can make money. So the more money we can make, the more money we can spend, the more licenses we can get, and yeah, the more demonstrators we can potentially find, which means progress within the game. But that means that we have to get into it. I'm also here with Simulate 266, and yeah,
Yes. Hello.
yeah, the usual, the usual. Hello. Yes.
It looked horrific in the thumbnail because it was consuming a spider
Ah,
like a tarantula.
a wasp consuming a spider. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing because on one hand, you have a wasp consuming a spider, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
But if it's
Well,
consuming a
yeah.
tarantula, then Speaking
Well,
of
tarantulas are not actually dangerous to humans,
speaking of spiders,
except for that one. There's like one tarantula that is dangerous.
my car had early Halloween decoration. I just drove away and I was like just 1 minute from leaving the parking lot. I looked up right above my windshield and there was a spider, a small one, crawling. And then and I was like, alright, if you just continue walking, then we'll be fine. Nope, the dumbass decided this is the best time to drop down. And then he dropped down pretty close, so I just grabbed him with my hand, or its, its little web that it had made, and decided to put it down on my steering wheel.
Why?
I know, smart decision. Then it walked to the back of my steering wheel out of my view. So I was like, alright, as long as it doesn't crawl onto my hand, we should be fine. Then a little fucker decided this was the perfect time to drop down even more. And eventually landing on my leg. I haven't seen it afterwards. I assume it's somewhere in my car.
Okay.
I honestly do not care where it is. Do I have to check stuff first? Let's see. Lube is still fine. Are these still lubed? No, these need lubing. I need to add mechanical lube, which is also known as oil. And also, I have some annoying news about my job. I ran out of work to do. Like, unironically, the project that I'm working on is apparently going so slow that I have done most of, like, there are no new drawings. So hopefully tomorrow morning, when I arrive, the project manager will have asked some people about stuff and potential drawings. Hopefully, so I can hopefully do my job again. So I'm assuming it's that job that I'm currently holding. Yeah, the problem is the harbor is to the south. The south is that way. The south is there. Wait, is the south there? Did I come from that way? I think I did. That's where the switch is at least. At least if we look at the front here, we go towards the top of the map, which we shouldn't. That also does mean that I have to run this engine backwards. Or I repair the locomotive, twist it around on the turntable and be done. But I fancy a challenge. So we are going, or at least I am going to be running this train backwards. It's probably gonna go wrong because I have to be on this side while also managing the controls over here.
I'm fucking dying.
What?
The one about the pistol shrimp is incredible.
Wait, what? Isn't it like a mantis shrimp?
No, that also exists, but this is a pistol shrimp.
Ah.
Which I knew it existed already. I knew exactly how it worked, but I just think it's a fascinating animal. So of course I wanted to see his video on it. It's beautiful.
For context,
No, this is if you don't know what it is.
Australian guy.
If you don't know what it is, the pistol shrimp is a shrimp with one really big claw, and it can snap. It's like little, what do you call it? Like the fingers of it, like, you know, the claw.
Yeah.
It can snap it so quick that it creates like basically a sound wave that creates a vacuum, which basically acts as a bullet underwater.
Yeah, so it is indeed a pistol.
Like he basically shoots like an air bubble that is really fast and really hot and can launch his enemies and instantly kill them.
Right, all switches
I
should
mean
not be
prey,
correct.
which is other shrimp. He eats his family.
Cannibalism.
Well, it's not considered cannibalism because they're like different species of shrimp.
Hmm.
What is this ad? The fuck?
It's from a company that doesn't make good chicken.
Well,
I know-
I'm just curious about the ad itself. Who came up with that?
I know many people will hate me for that once they know what I'm talking about, but let's just say it's short for fried chicken from one of the states.
Yeah, you know, OFC, you know?
Obama fried chicken.
Oh no, I thought Ohio.
Oh. No, I've seen a thing where somebody said it was Obama fried chicken. Oh, that's why it's struggling so much, is because I'm still braking.
I need to show this one to my brother. All right, well, hold on. Where's the one on the squid?
Yeah, also for Twitch, my
Oh,
number
never
plate-
mind. It was not the jumbo flying squid. It's the blue ringed octopus. I was wrong.
My number plates arrived. So during the weekend, I will be mounting my number plates to my car, which means you will be able to recognize my car by little text underneath my license plate that says, twitch.tv/bushperson. You know, the link to this channel. So that I'm basically advertising. That sounded like a hefty bump. Even though it doesn't seem to have done a lot. It's gonna have to get the... Wait, is this the right load even? Let me quickly check. Yes, it is. Before I connect everything up. Drain the entire air supply. Well, so while that's charging... Yeah, so I'm basically already... like, yesterday I filled my entire weekend. In one go. On Saturday, I'm gonna be fixing the car. Because the window mechanism is... or the window actuator is kind of done. Or at least the gears. The couple of teeth are just done. They are fucked. So my window just doesn't go all the way up anymore. Without assistance. I'm gonna try to fix that, and once it's fixed... yeah, we'll see. What? Don't tell me. Damn it, I need to maintain my engine first. This sucks, because I've connected everything up, and I have to disconnect it again, drive it around, because I'm not paying the fees. This is annoying, and it's costing me a lot of time as well, because I have to basically drive it back to the maintenance thing. Reduce my debt by maintaining it. How's my debt that high then? I thought I paid for everything before running Steam. Oh well. Yeah, and then on Sunday, I'm gonna go by train again. It's also bad that here in the Netherlands, actually taking the train can be just as expensive as taking the car. So your mode of public transit doesn't matter anymore. So all I'm saying is just take the car. You have more comfort. You don't have to share the space with everybody, just the people that are in the car, which is potentially yourself. And just yourself. And yeah. It also allows more freedom, and you know the car is running. And also, I did already fix one thing on my car, which was, I don't want to say broken, but just not working. And that is half my music. Wasn't working at all. And I only found out later what it actually was. Like yesterday I was like, oh, so that's what the problem was. And the problem was file type. Half of the CDs that I had put on my PC were M4A instead of MP3. Turns out the radio, my radio can only read MP3. So half the music was just not read at all. Like it was just, yeah, the radio didn't recognize the files. So after dealing with that little problem, oh, is it because I used a lot of oh, I left the sander open, now I'm empty. Oh no, why did I am stupid. I am stupid.
Oh shit, wait, I need to buy my shampoo before I forget.
You still haven't done that?
No, no, I didn't. I'm gonna do it now.
You were literally talking about it yesterday, like, oh yeah, I need to do that.
Yes.
And then you
I
didn't.
saw the price, and I was like, Mom, is this correct? And she's like, yes, that is correct.
Yes, but is it cheaper than going to the barber and getting your hair actually cut?
No.
Now, technically, the
Of course not.
cheapest option would be to
No.
just
That is the correct though.
shave your head.
Think it though.
Like,
Op je foto gekeken?
Yeah.
alright, come to a standstill here. Alright. Put a little bit of steam into the chest, and then release the brakes.
Oh my god.
What?
This is the most overstimulating payout screen I've seen in my life.
Is it worse than Epic Games' flashbang?
Wouldn't know. I've never used Epic Games.
Well, I did, and every time you wanted to buy something, and it was
Apparently,
like,
apparently my little brother used Epic Games. Apparently he accidentally bought something for Fortnite.
how do you accidentally buy something?
Because he didn't know that it would immediately pay if he logged into his, like, banking app. Which my response was just, you should read. But
Yes.
he didn't pay a lot though, it was like less than €5, so it's like whatever, but...
It's like, it was an accident, don't do it again. You've learned your lesson. Hopefully. If it happens again, then you deserve some punishment. Because then it's just like, did you learn from last time? Apparently not. But yeah. The nice thing about cans is... Not Kansas, but cans is the fact that I can wrap my hand around it in such a way that it doesn't show the label. So I don't have to worry about... What? What was that noise?
Fucking... Did I not write something down? Did I miss something in this gigantic list? I don't think so. Shop, can you please fucking order? Thank you.
I'm first gonna turn this locomotive around, because
yeah,
if I'm
no.
here, I might as well turn it around and then...
So long hair is definitely more expensive than...
Yeah, of course, because it requires
short
more.
hair.
It depends on how long and what you do with it, because my hair, I don't do a lot with it.
Yeah. So
All I
I
do-
might need to buy a phone, actually.
Well, a blow hair dryer is just you buy it once, you use it for like 10 years at a minimum.
I know, but it's just an interesting observation.
That's the neat thing about having a sister with long hair. Those type of things are already bought.
Oh yeah, my mother has one, so I could use that one.
It all depends how much she actually uses it.
Not a lot. I have longer hair than my mother at this point.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so she has like more consistently long, where it's like more of it, but the back of my hair is longer than all of hers.
Yeah, but my question is, have you cut your hair at all within recent days? Because that is also important.
No, I have not, obviously.
Because if you want to grow long hair properly, it's the same with a beard. In order to get it right, you have to cut it a bunch of times.
Yeah, well, I don't do that.
I think I derailed. I think my back went over.
I think if you just take care of it, it should be fine.
Can I pull this forward? Do you think I could?
You only know if you try.
Yeah, the problem is I can't see shit because it's nighttime.
Okay, so. Right. We roofing again. And I'm still not entirely sure on how to continue, but... yeah, it's going somewhere at least.
Is it working? Like, is it partially on the tracks again? No, it's still off the tracks. I might have to pull forward.
I say
So,
clone. Would clone have a mirror option?
my train is on there. Is it still derailed or did it re-rail itself? No, it's still off the rails. I guess what I'll have to do is I'll have to... First, I'll just twist the train around. Alright, it's connected again. Then we have to use the re-rail option, where I'm just gonna put it back here. That leaves my locomotive pretty much exposed at the back, which means we will reverse the reverser, which allows us to go into reverse. Off the brake we go. A little bit of power, but not too much. On the brakes. Why is it rolling away? Oh. Handbrake on. Perfect, we're connected again. So I can shut that. Drive it in there, pay for stuff, then drive back, connect it up, and after like half an hour we can actually start pulling something. Yeah, I'm curious what kind of work I will get tomorrow. Hopefully something decent. Like, I'm even willing to learn some coding. Until more drawings are available for me to mess with. The thing is, right? I was worried that it wasn't working quick enough. But it turns out either I'm fast or they are slow. It's one of the two. And I like to think that I'm the fast one. Oh boy, what did I do? Oh, I pressed that button. Alright. Alright, well, I'm off the switch, definitely, so let's just shove it forward then. Let's put it close to center so we don't waste that much steam. Meantime, my water is quite high. My fire temp is quite low, so I guess we pull this up a little bit more. Unload coal in the hole. I guess a couple scoops will do. To really raise the temperature and pressure while the water is still high and boiling. Yeah, running a steam engine is kind of a challenge. You have to make sure everything's there or else... kaboom.
What am I doing? I have Axiom. I can just do one side and just paste it.
Alright, let me slam on the brakes. And yep, I'm out of... Oh, this... I guess this is why it was saying you have to pay to get out of debt first. I completely emptied the sand. So I simply racked up 10k worth of maintenance. Right, now with that done, let me check all the caps real quick to see if the oil is there and I don't have to refill. Has that reset all the things though? Nope. And that's a light. Sorry for the flashbang. This is the generator with the wheel there. So, and a lubricator, of course. It is filled to the brim. So, let's wait, hold on. I forgot. I realized I need to do this. I forgot I needed to maintain this one as well. So, reverse. Is there water in the cylinders again? Like, just look at this beauty. I don't know why, but even the diesel locomotives are cool, I will not deny. Steam locomotives just have this thing to them. Where they're just better. Like, just a mechanism that's visible. I guess they're more expensive to run than diesel, but... eh. And also, apparently, I'm being a taxi service for my family. I mean, I do often offer it myself, but my sister's coming back tomorrow with a suitcase. Quite a heavy one. And instead of going from the train station by bus to home, she arrives around the same time I do. So I basically I've said it, if you're ever there and you're missing your bus or whatever happens, just text me and I'll just drive a slightly different route and pick you up. So I kind of put this on myself and I don't mind it at all. Especially now that I got my music working. I actually have all the songs I want to listen to. Wait, that gives me an idea. A potentially bad idea. How do I put this? I could make a channel on the Discord server regarding music to listen to. And what it will be, basically a channel where you put in music suggestions. And if I actually like the music, because I'm not going to be listening to music I don't like, then I will put it on the SD card for my car. And then you will know that I'm listening to the music you suggested. Does that sound like a decent idea? Because on one hand it could be an incredible idea, on the other hand could potentially be quite bad. But how much time would I have? 43 minutes to go to the harbor. Well, in theory, I could pull it. And how fast are we going? 20 and slowing down. But I guess that could be a potential thing I could do. It could also be a great way to bring a community together. Seriously, I have to... What kind of things do I have? You know what? Screw it. I'm paying the deposit. Did that fully stop my train, though? It definitely applied a brake. I guess I serviced the tender. Yep, I did. Which slammed the handbrake on there. Oh great, it reset this as well. Wait, it put up... Hey. It unlit the fire. Right now, will you allow me? No? Please. Fine. Wait, the C? What car did I basically wreck? B4 outbound, E9 inbound. Yeah. Why? What is my insurance copay even? My max copay? Because it's only 17,000. Do we really need to get more licenses to even operate? Oh, was it because the fuel and water weren't all the way filled up to the brim? Well, we get to do this again, and don't forget to take this valve. Oh, wait a second. Did that reset everything? Come on, I can't see clearly. Come on. Eh. Please tell me that reset everything. Nope, it didn't. Did it turn anything off? Yes, it turned the electricity off. Yeah, I had to do that real quick. Otherwise, we would have no pressure. Alright, let's hope that fixing this will fix that I can smoothly deliver this within the time limit. It's not completely still.
Hello.
Hello.
I still hate the Discord sound.
Why?
Because it's different, probably because of Halloween.
Yes.
No,
And it's terrible.
not
Which-
for me.
About Halloween, I'm gonna do the same thing I've done the last 2 years. And Halloween is
Yeah.
on a Friday, so I can do it. I can do it according to schedule. 2 years ago, I did Five Nights at Freddy's 1, the original. Then last year, I did Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So the only possible continuance of this is Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
Or
Just-
4.
Well, that will be next year.
Ah.
So stay tuned next week, because it will be will be the same as the last couple of years. Person that doesn't play horror games plays a horror game where jump scares exist.
I mean, FNAF 3 is probably the weakest one in terms of jump scares.
The game-ending jump scares, yes. The
Okay, I'm gonna go.
It might be the best one in terms of gameplay, though.
Hey, Ducky, are you gonna go?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, why were you here for 20 seconds? What?
I just wanted to hop on and see if anything changed.
Well, you changed.
What? I didn't.
Your profile picture is not the K anymore.
Yeah, because my name is Ducky and people don't understand the K. So,
King Ducky, I would assume.
yeah, but people.
Like your
No.
Minecraft account.
Yeah, but people don't know that if they only see my Discord.
All right.
Speaking of
We're
Minecraft, hey Ducky, what do you think of my roof that I'm stuck on? I don't know how to continue my roof.
Your roof?
Yes.
I don't see a roof. Oh, that roof. It's a bit blocky.
Well, that is kind of the idea.
it's
It's more that I'm
Minecraft.
stuck. It's more that
No.
I'm stuck on this.
But like the corners are like really blocky.
Yeah.
Like if you but no, like if you look at the windows, like it's really beautiful and slowly goes up, but like the corners just
Yes. That is the idea.
wait, you're not going to make that like in the server, right?
I might. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I made a whole floor plan for it.
Yeah, you're going to be there for a while.
Which was actually really difficult.
Yeah, you were taking inspiration from the Victorian era.
Yes.
Oh my god, Victoria.
But they don't have enough rooms for a thing this size. It's slightly bigger than they were in real life.
Only like
That's what
slightly,
she
I
said.
mean, not
Honestly, not even that much bigger. I saw one. Hold on,
That's
let me
what
see if
she
I can
said.
find it again. This one. Why would you need a house this big? What is this? How do you live here?
With a lot more people.
No, but it's like you might live in like this area. That's enough. What do you do with all this other stuff? What is there?
More space for more stuff like
I guess,
hobbies.
Maybe if there are multiple families living here, maybe that's it, yeah, but...
Like, you would just get your
No.
entire extended family to live there.
For a Victorian manor, that seems unlikely, to be honest.
I'm gonna go now.
Anyway.
I'm gonna
Alright.
watch Family Guy. Bye.
Bye.
Where the fuck is off? But
Bro can't even find how to leave Discord calls.
No. Don't rain right now. No, 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 no. My Wi-Fi went for a short bit? Okay.
Did it?
Apparently. I did not notice anything at all. Oh, I am burning through my coal here. Am I going to close that entirely? Yep, that is set to the left. I think can gently close that. So I use less steam. Even though we're still going up technically. We're doing a stable speed. We're going up a slower incline. Most of my train is on the incline though. Like, that is something you have to watch out for with steam locomotives. If you come up a hill and crest it, like, you will be over the hill. That means you will not have to put down as much force to turn the wheels. But the rest of your train is still behind you. It's still climbing. So you can't just let go, because then you'll just roll back. Oh, I'm gonna have to fill with a lot of water. So close the throttle a little bit more. Turn this.
Wait.
That was one switch that I missed, apparently. Luckily I caught it in time. So I'm dumping water into it. And as you can see, we have water. We have coal. We have speed. How fast are we doing? Oh, I've never actually seen the interior this undetailed. Usually you see it from this, which is detailed. Yeah, I need to add water to my boiler because otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. No water means temperature raises too much. Why is my Wi-Fi down again? Is this what we're gonna get again? Is this seriously what we're gonna be dealing with? Once more.
I mean, it seems like it. Oh, wait.
It doesn't seem bad though. Like, I should seriously look into a way to get better signal over here. Because it seems that something is occasionally jamming the signal. Oh well. But it can save a lot of pressure if I just shut this. Also saves a lot of fire. Because I'm now not using steam anymore. Slightly annoying. Yep, pressures are dropping, but that's because I'm pouring water inside. And my fire is quite cold. But I'm allowing this to happen and basically not caring. Otherwise I would have turned it slower, then basically let me just give it full beans. No, just fill. I do not care about my fire temp or my boiler temp. It doesn't matter in this scenario. Also, quick thing. Is my compressor open even? Yeah. There we go. Now we can build pressure again. After that, we're gonna get a right-hand turn. Yep, through that mountain. This is basically an endgame locomotive, actually. Like, that's the neat part about this game. It has 6 locomotives. You bet you have your DE2 and S060 as starter engines. The S060 is a steam engine, but eh. Then you have your DH4, DM3 as sort of this mid-game. I've upgraded from the starter, but nothing special engines, which each offer their own unique problems. As the DM3 is basically a manual, which means you have to deal with shifting gears on your own, and it's slow as opposed to the DH4, which just overheats quickly. And after you've earned enough money, you upgrade to either the DE6, which is the easiest to drive, the most powerful, it will pull, or the S282 that I'm currently operating. Also, pressure should be rising, right? If I raise this, the fire temp should go up, right? Or do I have to open up the blower? Get fire temps to rise up. The reason I'm doing the rolling thing, is we are approaching this switch here on the map. This switch here on the map is basically, oh yeah, you can do 70 through here, but once you've done that, this is downhill towards the harbor. It gives you a 40 right after, and then just wiggles down with like 40 a little bit. Then it goes all the way down here, more 40, and then you're in the harbor. The thing is, so the hotter the fire, the more wasteful it is. Because it's basically downhill anyway, who cares? I don't really have to care about my fire. But I can look back at my train or rail. And it says 40 because it's a tight curve, and it says 70 downhill. But that 70 becomes a 40 as well, and that's like, it's really a testament to how well you know the game and the track layout. Like, once you know it's there, it becomes second nature to be prepared for it. But you will at some point, especially if you just started the game, you don't know how or what, you will at some point derail on that corner. The pressure is really low. Actually, where do I have to go? E9 inbound. Where's the harbor? So we go left here, we go left here again. We go left here. We go left here again, go into the E yard. Then we go there, then we go there. That should bring us to 9 inbound. Speed is slowly increasing as we are starting downhill. Let me purge some water out of the cylinders. You see, that is what I'm talking about. 70 to 4. Like 7 to a 4, which means 70 kilometers per hour to 4 kilometers per hour. It's a big middle finger to people that think, oh well, I can just blast through. Because you will do a panic brake. Speaking of braking, I probably should do some of that. Like a modest 1 bar should do. And it actually is working. I have to sneeze. Because of how the weather has been this week, basically, or these last couple of weeks, the cold season has started. Let's just put it that way. I'm not sure if you noticed it, Jim, at work, but people just, you know, being a little bit more sick. Oh yeah, I forgot about that feature. It's currently just visual, but if you have your fire door open while entering a tunnel, the sort of draft will blast through the cab. So keep your fire door shut when this game gets its Build 100 update, where survival might actually become a thing. This train game becomes a survival game as well, with food and water and other fun non-train related stuff. Can I go back to my 1 bar, please, and slow down a little bit? No, it's not working. Can I add a little bit more? Am I slowing down now? Yes, I am. Perfect. With such a long train, you also have to worry about... Yeah, the train is even ending and it's right there. Like, you have to worry about pulling it out of a corner. Because if you aren't careful and you decided, alright, I'm through the corner, let's speed up, while half your train is still in the corner, you will derail that part of the train because it will try and pull through. Yeah, that is what I'm pulling. Woo. I'm currently in this bit here. And after that, we can go to the harbor. Though I do need to be careful with my speed. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't even touched the steam. Yeah, I wanna add that bar of pressure. Let's up that to 1.5 so we slow down a tad bit quicker. Because that is an actual 40 immediately. Usually it says 40, and they have like an extra turn to the side. Yeah, we're doing 50. Slow down quicker, please. Alright, now unslow down. Wait, is that a smart move? Because pretty soon we're gonna reach this downhill again. And this is the steep downhill into the harbor. You can see, there's the harbor. Alright, we are slowly pulling more and more onto the downhill part, which means our speed should slowly go from slowing down to speeding up. Why does it keep going back up to that? Is it because I have to let the reservoir fill up? Alright, speed is key. I say as we are trying to slow down a little, like gently slowing down. Because you ain't stopping this one quickly at all. That is just not an option. More steam, more diesel hydraulic. Track seems clear. We I just hear sudden laughing. What happened?
I forgot about this.
Forgot about what?
Remember the whole deal between Pirate Software. Yes, we're going there today. And Stop Killing Games.
I was unaware that they made a deal. I was aware of the drama.
No, not that deal. Just I'm just like saying it like that, like the whole thing that happened with
Yeah, the whole.
And then because of him, it nearly failed, right?
Yeah.
And then the creator of the idea made a video addressing the points and concerns and just stupidity that Pirate Software had been spreading.
Yeah.
And this video caught the attention of a lot of people, including a lot of big people. And because of that, it now succeeded, right?
Yes.
Actually, has it already gone through the European thing?
I am not sure.
But anyway, one thing that happened apparently is Notch,
The creator
of
Yes.
Minecraft, tweeted, and he said, "Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there?"
I like how accurate the Nepo baby part is as well.
Yeah, that was something that upset him the most, like he banned people for saying that in his chat.
Yeah, you wanna know why? Because
he's insecure.
his dad and him worked
I know.
at Blizzard.
I know, and he is, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, there is. You're working at Blizzard.
Well, that's different, though. But being a Nepo baby, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, saying it like that makes it very derogatory. But there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you start denying it, you just start looking stupid.
Well, I can see why a lot of people would potentially have a problem with people being nepo babies, because you're basically, of course, it's a smart move. Your parents have the cash, so you use it, or have the connections. But it often seems unfair towards the rest of the
Yes.
people, because it is technically an unfair advantage, because you
Well,
can just
yeah,
go
but
to your parents.
Yeah, but there's also like nothing wrong because it's like if your parents have a cool job, like of course you're gonna see if you can get into that.
Yeah, the problem it only becomes a real problem if you start abusing it.
Yeah, or if you deny it when it's clearly the case, because it's fine, like.
Yeah, it's just if you start.
But it triggered him so badly.
Yeah. But I mean, Formula One also has what some people call a nepo baby in Lance Stroll, because his dad owns the Formula One team he's racing for, which means his seat is about as is so secure that there's more chance of the sun not coming up than Lance Stroll losing his Formula One seat. Like, if your dad owns the team, there is no way you are ever getting out of the sport for bad driving.
I would also like to continue for a moment.
Yeah.
And say that Notch also doubled down and also ended it in, if buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Which is very funny for one of the most famous game developers to say.
I've seen that going around a lot as well. Basically saying,
I know.
if
Mostly
buying
in
isn't
regard to
owning,
Ubisoft.
then pirating isn't theft. Which,
Yeah, I've seen it mostly in regards to Ubisoft.
yeah, considering they were the ones saying, get used to not owning your games.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're saying that, everybody's gonna be like, get used to us pirating everything.
Yeah.
Because of course. I mean, I want to say don't condone piracy. Just for like Twitch reasons. Yeah. But in this day and age, in this corporate dystopia that we're living in, because just be honest, it is just that's just what it is. Just even I mean, I drive a car from 2007. I have CDs. I even have a floppy disk reader, because I found one floppy disk and I was curious what was on there. While we're preparing to move. So, in that sense, I'm all for physical media, and we should definitely bring it back. Like, bring back physical copies. Such as CDs, DVDs, just bring those back. Because that allows... while I was in London, I bought all old Top Gear specials. Like 13 DVDs for £20, all because I know that at some point, like, you can still watch it online, of course, but at some point it's gonna get pulled from streaming platforms, YouTube. It's gonna become lost. A lot of media will, I think, in a couple of years or a couple of decennia, will be lost. Will just be lost forever, because there won't be a physical copy. Like with older movies, there was a physical copy. For example, the movie The Blues Brothers. Great movie, by the way. You should definitely go watch it. But it's a movie from the 80s, so the only way to spread it at the time was either show it on TV or sell DVDs.
Okay, the EU hasn't looked at it yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's just weird. Why would, of course, the game companies do that? So you buy the new game, which is crap. But you have to buy it because support for the old game has ended. But if I think Stop Killing Games, the easiest solution to that would be make the single player part actually offline, like the parts that can be done offline. Give the option for offline. And for the stuff that has to be online, like, I don't know, you want to play a game of Fortnite or something,
Okay.
or other games which requires a lobby or a server, just allow for community servers.
Okay, so they want it to be a part of the Digital Fairness Act,
Yeah,
and it's open for public comment until October 24th this year.
October 24th. That is in 2 days.
So I assume that after that, the EU would look at it, right?
That is Friday.
Did it pass yet in Britain? Because they have one for the UK as well.
Ooh, yeah, but then we're talking about Britain here, the one that had the Online Safety Act. Which
The UK government responded has no plans to change consumer law regarding the disabling of video games.
Yeah, because, I mean, they had the UK has the Online Safety Act.
But, noted that the existing consumer protection laws might apply if a game is advertised as perpetually playable.
Advertised as perpetually playable, which means you remove the perpetually playable from the card or from the advertisements,
But
and boom, you can pull
does that
support.
mean that in the UK, these kinds of games now need to have like the little text at the bottom that's just like, game might not last forever or something like?
And you want to know the dumbest thing about that as well? Oh, there goes my Wi-Fi again. Yay. The dumbest thing about that is people in that scenario are going to go to the EU. Like, if you're in the UK, you just take a train or a plane to a European country, you buy the game there, and then you go back. And then now you have your perpetual game. Because it was sold in the EU, which means you can say, you cannot disable this. You can... That just means you have...
That's how that would work.
Yeah, but then you can... It just becomes a very weird thing, because if you're in the UK, you go to the Netherlands or to France by train, which, quick sidetrack, Eurostar is getting new trains in like 2031. So wait another 5 to 6 years and you have new trains. Double-decker trains even. And what will you just take the train, you buy like 10 games because, you know, you're gonna buy in bulk, basically. Then you go back. And because it's a video game, of course it's gonna go through customs because, well, you can't really ban video games now, can you? With customs. And then you have your games which are perpetual because, you know, they are sold in the EU, which means they can't pull support. And yeah, the only way you could do it is just say any games in the UK will get locked.
Yeah, but that makes no sense.
Like, you would
right?
region
Like,
lock a
surely if
game.
this gets through in like one country, that would mean that it basically has to apply to the entire world. Because like,
Yeah.
how else would you? Unless you're actually gonna be this pathetic that you're gonna pull the plug on it, like and like remove it from people's Steam pages in everywhere around the world except for this one place.
Yeah, but
Like,
the
that makes
thing
no
is,
sense.
a VPN exists. And plus,
True.
you can just make a Steam account within that country, gift yourself the game through that account, and now you have the
Yeah.
game again. You'd have to continuously keep removing and removing and removing all accounts, which you can't do.
No.
So it's physically impossible. And then they would have to region lock the game. Like, the EU would still be able to enjoy the game, but the UK, no, they can't, because the game is no longer supported there. If you do that, if you region lock games, first of all, people are going to use a VPN. Second of all, everybody will just become angry because you lose an entire region. Like, gaming tournaments will have to be hosted in the same place every time, or just, what about events like TwitchCon, for example? Those can revolve around gaming, but you would have to find a country which still supports all the games. And if this becomes a weird mess of, oh, this game is not supported there, but it's supported in another place, but that other place doesn't support the second game, you're gonna get into this weird bit of legal trouble, basically, with a lot of lawmakers. Because you're gonna have to now coordinate everything with every country just to get one event going. But if that means that only that country if it's only like a couple countries, then all the events flood to those countries, meaning those places are booked. Tickets will become scarce. Everything will become crazy expensive. So it is just not a possibility. If one does it, everybody has to do it. So all you have to do is just have one country have the balls to say, yeah, we're doing it, and then actually do it.
That's a nice feature.
Fill with coal. Then gently pull forward. I could pull a little bit quicker.
Wait, how would they close windows this high?
With a stick.
Well, the second floor is here. This room is gonna have like a third floor, but like only here, probably. And like not in the rest of the room.
I mean, that's just why I still do not understand pirate software at all. Like,
I know.
legacy games are something that should be available. Like, Nintendo, for example, if you want to play any of the older games and you don't want to have to you don't want to buy the new console or buy the old, or look for the old console because it isn't on the newer ones.
A lot of old Nintendo games are actually.
Yeah, but like
Not all of them. Nintendo, when do we get Twilight Princess on Switch? But like Mario 64 and Sunshine, you can still play on Switch.
the very
Mario
popular
Galaxy is coming to Switch.
yeah, the very popular
Super
games
Metroid.
are.
Oh no, even games you've never heard of before.
Is Super Paper Mario on Switch?
I think it might be. Hold on.
Because if it is, then I'm like, okay, maybe, but as long as it isn't, then you'd
I
still
said
have to...
Super Paper Mario. Wait.
Yeah, and not talking about like I think the 1000-year door or something, or the Origami King or something like that.
That one's on Switch.
I'm talking about the actual Super Paper Mario that was released on the Nintendo Wii.
No, that one is still on the Wii.
Because that is just an incredible game. But if it's only on the Nintendo Wii, you have to buy a Wii, you have to buy the game, which will still be cheaper than a Switch.
But I mean, you can buy Wiis for like 80 euros, but now like...
Yeah, so instead of, buying the new Switch 2 or even the older Switch 1, say, screw you, modern technology.
But then you can't play Breath of the Wild, Joe.
There are Zelda games on the Wii.
Yeah, but they're not like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but you'll be able to play Wii Sports.
They're Switch sports.
Yeah, but that one sucks.
Does it? I don't know. I've never played it.
Me neither, but because it isn't...
And there's Ring Fit Adventure.
Well, also with the... Alright, I have 95. What can I buy? Do I have Hazmat even? Hazmat 1. Owned. Military 1. Don't have the money for it. I could purchase the multiple unit. Does that increase my copay? Yes.
But Nintendo is one of the better ones when it comes to keeping their old games playable.
You know which company is better? Valve.
Oh, but that's different. That's PC.
Yeah, but they are still basically the best at it. Half-Life.
I guess, yeah.
Left 4 Dead. Team Fortress. Portal. Big franchises. Who are, still existing. Still have a lot of fans. Wait, Iron Man West, IMW. That is a long way. That is all the way across the map. Cannot go to... Ooh. This Hazmat 2, I don't have that. Right, let's sort some stuff. Sawmill. Oil Well Central. Goods Factory. Steel Mill. The farm. This is all Machine Factory. This is Iron Mine West. Forest Central, Coal Power Plant, Moore Harbor. License for multiple unit, Machine Factory. City West that I can't do. More Steel Mill. Alright. What do we have here? We have Forest Central, which is right here. Now I could do a scuffed route where I go through Forest Central and then towards the coal power plant, which should be CPP instead of CP. And that would be a total of 700 tons. Like, this would be a combination that I could potentially do. City West. I could, in theory, combine it with the Machine factory. Hmm. Okay, this is 120. This is 90. This is 210. Plus 44 is 245. That's still no weight at all to pull. Also, is this hazmat 2? This hazmat 2, I can't even do these. So that means that machine factory would be in combination with Iron Mine West. Because it would go here, normal route to go to machine factory, drop it off, then continue. Thing is, there is no demonstrator at Iron Mine West. I think neither at all of these locations. And I'm kind of too far away from everything so that I feel comfortable just using the hand car to get there. This is hazmat 2, ammonium nitrate. This one is hazmat 1, but that's going back to the steel mill. That just seems repetitive. I could do oil well central, but it's empty cars and it would be a very light load. It would kind of be a waste of the power of the S282. I'm often through the cross-country run, but that's also very little weight. Like, weirdly enough, the coal power plant is the way to go, I think. That is 600 tons. Can I take something while on the way? Ooh, I could in theory. Ooh. Yes. Yes. I have idea. Great, I don't have space for this in my inventory because everything's locked. I need a little space for one. What will I not need? I guess the lighter I can put in my backpack. Or the... Well, I don't need this actually. Because we're going to shove the lighter there again. So, let me grab my calculator because my brain is fried this evening. Because I am a bike. I'm tired. Too tired. Because my custom license plate holders arrived. But we have a DHL wall, which is sort of this, which you might even know how they work. It's a wall with a bunch of doors. You scan your QR code or put the code in manually, and it will give you your package. And I said, put it in the wall near my house. Because, of course. They sent me a message today that they've delivered it at a different pickup point. So I had to go somewhere else. Still pretty near home, but not as close as I'd like to. I'm going to put on 707. Yeah, that is pretty near the limit. That's near enough. I want to first then grab the crane parts, tower crane parts, and then the box, then the containers. It's raining though. Which means it's around... Yeah, it's almost 3 here. I am there. That means we're going to go over there, through here, up, drop off here, whatever I need to drop off. Which will potentially be just looping around, going back, and then loop back up here. Through Machine Factory, into the Iron Mine West, and from there we'll see what happens. It just delivers to the steel mill, so I'll probably have to go back down to the steel mill. Yeah, let's find these loads then. It's like you think when you're saying a pickup point instead of delivering at your home address. That you're already saying, alright, it doesn't need to be delivered, just shove it in the wall. But nope, that's too difficult for them. Or the wall was completely filled to the brim with people ordering stuff. Oh wait, they're the bridge parts, I think. Which is just weird to me. Like, why would people order too much? I mean, I say that as I ordered something and I'm still waiting for other stuff to order because I ordered LEDs and other electrical components. But that's because otherwise you pay the same amount that I paid for everything for one part. So parts are, if you don't order, they get crazy expensive. But I just want, physical shops. If I want something, I want to have to first look at a bunch of websites to see, are they there? Like, can I go there? And then pick the stuff up, like hold it physically. Because first of all, it's faster than just waiting for it, then order and waiting for it to arrive, because you have it immediately. Like I did with a soldering iron. I needed one, or I'm gonna need one for the project that I'm thinking of. And the project is shoving a bunch of LEDs, a fridge switch, and a couple of 9-volt batteries into my closet, so that when I open up a door, the lights turn on, and I can look inside my closet and see what I'm actually gonna be wearing, instead of having to guess the color by how dark it is. Like proper illumination. That's why I ordered LEDs and the 9-volt battery connectors and a fridge switch. But you can't beat the price of like AliExpress, because for a couple euros you have 100 LEDs. If you were to go and order it from an actual shop or at a place in the Netherlands, 9 times out of 10 is drop shipped anyway, so you're still not doing jack shit. Apart from basically giving people just giving people your money instead of going straight to the source. But a soldering iron, I thought, well, I could get that somewhere. Like that's a thing that you can find pretty cheaply at a hardware store. So I looked online to see if they had some in stock. Went to the hardware store and bought it. Instead of having to wait weeks or days for it to arrive, it's just here already. Like, I now don't have to worry about if it's going to be delivered on time. Am I going to be able to, pick it up? It's going to be delivered at their neighbors, all those things that exist in regards to a little bit of ordering, but buying it, it's also a lot more fun. It's the same thing with CDs instead of, using software like Spotify. Like shoving a CD into a player and then playing those songs is infinitely more satisfying than just hitting play. Wait, do I have to still crank this one? A little bit, yes. Do I have to refill these little nubbins? I guess I have to. So one side is now lubed up. Let's lube up the other side. That's the shovel. Alright, oil has been filled. I assume the brakes are on. And then we're gonna do the twist, and that means we can drive forward again. Boom. Right, let's hop in, see if it's lined up. Pretty much, yep. Shove it into forward. Release the brakes. Oh wait, I still didn't turn that on. 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 So yeah, as I said before, go for physical media if you can. Make companies manufacture the physical media instead of... Also, same with games, right? Which Steam does also have, which isn't the best, but they basically... If you buy a game on Steam, you don't have the game forever. If Steam decides you should not own that game, they can remove it. Which I can kind of understand for inappropriate games, which are on Steam. Trust me. If you don't, just go and look at the new and trending. There's a pretty significant chance you'll find porn. Of course, unless you have it censored. Which Steam does do a good job of that. But I've set my filters to show everything. Because sometimes games have tags which they have because of maybe one scene. Or something that isn't bad, it's just slightly sketchy, and Steam is like, yep, we're not doing that. We have children on this platform. And that is also a solid thing. Thinking of the children. Because these days, children can't think for themselves. Or just in general know how to do stuff because, you know, they've thought, like, we have, our generation at least, like, if you were born in the early 2000s, you would have learned basically how to operate devices. Like, you're born slightly late to learn, like, all the old stuff. But you might have used it as a child. So you will still have some idea of how that works. I will still never get over that video of a child calling with like an actual physical phone which you have to put down to hang up. Which is also a bit of a change. Like like our generation, when we call, we make like a little phone sign. You know, like you pick up the phone. Well, newer generations are just holding the phone because, you know, smartphones. But one of those old phones which you have to put down to hang up. And she was just crying, basically, like, panicking, like, how do I hang up? No, you just put it back down. You put it on the device, that pushes on a switch, it hangs up. Which is also cool because that physically allows you to slam the phone if you don't like who you're talking to. Or they say something rude. Like in a fit of rage, you can just slam the phone and hang up. But yeah, we don't have that anymore. Instead, we just have a potential scam caller calling you every day. Like, I've actually had the classic scam of a guy with Indian accent pretends to be Microsoft. I have actually had that at some point. It was hilarious. I just said, I'm not interested in getting scammed. And hung up. I couldn't even really understand them. The only word that I fully understood was the word Microsoft. Apart from that, they were unintelligible. They just, like... If you're gonna be from Microsoft, right? Well, first of all, you don't call, you send an email. And second of all, any company that's worth something will have customer support that can properly articulate the English language. You know, such as me and Jim are doing. And most people on Twitch that are streaming in English.
Wait, what?
Because if you decide to scam someone pretending to be an American company with a really thick Indian accent to the point where you can barely understand what they are saying, your scam is just gonna, like, you might get 1 or 2 old ladies because they don't know that those scams can happen. But you're not getting anyone else with that. And also, you're not getting my grandma because she just... Funny thing about that, my grandpa on that side has passed away, like, years ago. And the funny thing is that she still has this account, like, I think it's his phone number and... or at least LinkedIn account. And there's still messages coming into the... arriving on that account, and it's just like... Of course, they don't know that he's dead. But we know. So they're just trying to scam a dead person. So even in death, you cannot escape the scam. Or the potential scam. Plus, scammers are just bad. Like, we've had that in London, where at some point we found like a Carhartt jacket that was like £30 or something. And my friend asked me, like, is this fake? Is this real? And the seller said yes. But the stitching just looked horrendous. Like, it just looked very low quality. The only thing it was matching was its style. It wasn't matching anything else. And the seller had the balls to say, yes, it's real. Without hesitation, hoping to sell one of them. And making a bunch of money. So yeah, that's why you don't do that. Also, that's just
You
Camden.
didn't buy it?
No.
No, I think you're just racist. I think that's the reason.
No, it's just Camden in general. Like, it's a very touristy area. With just... The street is just like souvenir shops. Like, I'm not kidding, that is the entire street there. I mean, I do buy some souvenirs from them as well, because, like, they're £1 a piece, so they're incredibly cheap. So I'm just like, yeah, I want to buy, like, some keychain stuff. And we'll buy it from there. Or a postcard, for example, if they're not AI. Some of them are AI. So you have to look out for those. To make sure you're buying AI postcards. But if you look through that, you can pretty much just shop there pretty cheap. Oh, come on. Oh, that's why. This is a race against time now. Alright, that solved that problem quite quickly. And I have to pull forward, pull back, pull out. Saying that made me realize what I just said. Which is on par for me, but... Also, I'm wondering... if there is no more work for me to do there, what will they do? Like, they can't really just say, oh, just go home. Like, they can't just do that. Because I want to be making my hours. You know, I want money. That's the entire reason why I'm actually working. Like, say what you want, but the main reason all of us are working, is it because we love to do it? Like, sure, there are a few of us that actually have found sort of our dream job. And do it out of the kindness of our hearts, but for a lot of us, work is just a means to an end. It's just, we're here to make money. We're here to do our job in such a way that we don't get fired, we get our money, and we can live. Like, that's what we're doing. But if there's no work to do, then that means I don't get paid, really. I could sit there and do nothing the entire day, but that's just boring. And at that point I might as well just go home. That'd be a better use of my time. Yeah, like, it's just sad. Like, I had a lot of work when I started. It's just that over like a course of a month, not a lot of work was added to it. And I just kept working and working and working. Occasionally getting the random task in between. But that's just normal for any technical job. Where you just suddenly get asked, hey, can you do this real quick? Or we've spotted this mistake. Do you have the time to fix it? I'm not sure if you had that, Jim. Where they would ask, have they asked you at some point at your job, like, hey, we've spotted a couple of mistakes or a mistake in a drawing or something, could you fix it?
Yes.
Like, that's just every technical job. But for some reason, some people find it really annoying. I just see it as, cool, I get more work. Of course, if you're already drowning in work, then it becomes stressful quite quickly. because like extra work on the already pile of work that I have to do. Like that goes wrong quickly. But if you are almost out of work anyway, then it's more like, yay, we get more work. So yay, I can now relax a little bit and just work at my own pace instead of the slow pace of somebody that's almost out of work. Because you really do start working slower and just, doing less work in a day, because you know that once you've done the task that you were doing, there might be a chance that there isn't a next one. And you don't want to get bored. And the worst thing is, our project managers are under a lot of pressure. Like, there's a lot of work that they do. Which means if I work there for long enough, I might do the same. I might just get shoved into that role where I just work as a project manager and I just have to do the contacts. I have to make contact with people, do phone calls, send out emails. With my communication skills, that is going to go horribly wrong, and I already know that. Like, my communication skills are just subpar, sort of.
No, Joe, they are phenomenal.
You know how difficult it was for me to make couple of phone calls to get an internship. You saw the struggle that I had with that.
Nah.
Like, when you guys were really pushing me, there was actually a point where I was half tempted, where I was actually getting close to just saying, fuck it, and walking away.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why making a phone call was so scary at that time. Like,
Oh?
I have no idea why I didn't want to make a phone call. Because it solves problems so much quicker. I don't know why. My entire body was...
How do I make this bit of the roof? This sucks.
Hehe. But like, my entire body was like, no, we are not making a phone call. And then having to force your body to do it is stressful. Yeah, eventually I managed it. Like, with an internship, I was already half accepting that I wasn't gonna make it that year. That I had to do that at a later date because I just couldn't find an internship in time. Even though I started on time, and even... Like, it's bad when even the teachers are surprised. I know I've talked about this a lot before, but... Like, one of our teachers was just... Like, I said, yeah, for that context, 28 companies. And he just looked at me surprised. I was like, what? He tried to give recommendations. Like, maybe that company works, maybe that company works. But my response to that often was, already contacted them. No, they do not have space. Like, that's just sad. It just becomes pathetic eventually, where it's like, yeah, I've tried a lot. I tried basically all companies. nobody wants me as an intern. Like, either they don't have the space, they don't have a job for me, and or they just don't want interns. Because why would you want an intern? Especially in the economy where a lot of people are saying that people don't want to work anymore. Getting an intern is a quick and easy way to hire someone. Because you get them for a tryout period, basically. It's just, you get an intern for like 10 weeks, maybe 20. And after those 10, 20 weeks, you get to decide, do I want to keep this, do I want to offer this intern a job and keep them at the company? Or do I want to get rid of them and basically say, thanks for being here, but fuck off. Like, you get that option. And then after that, if you decide to hire them, there is still, here in the Netherlands, like a grace period of a couple of months to decide, do you want to work? You basically get 2 months for both parties to then decide, do we want to actually keep this person? Before all the laws go into full effect and unemployment benefits, you know, like all that shit starts. Like all the shit that costs the company money when somebody leaves. It's sort of a quick and easy way to get rid of someone who started working at the company, doesn't fit in, or makes a mess out of everything, and you want to get rid of them. Without heavy consequences. It's that. Also, for our Dutch viewers, as I previously said, like I think last stream, elections are coming up. In specifically 1 week, like exactly 7 days, you will be tasked to go to a voting booth and make an educated decision, specifically educated, on who you wanna vote on to basically rule the country for the next 4 years. The voters have the power to make that work. Last time it didn't go so well, because one of the biggest party was one of those parties who said a lot but didn't do shit. And then complains about others that they aren't doing anything, even though they are the ones not doing jack shit. And I'm not here to profile or anything, but it is often parties that either are extremely to one end or more right-leaning. Like, those are often the parties that do that the most. That scream the loudest, get a lot of votes because they are saying they're gonna fix it a lot, without actually telling how or with what money. And then they try to push their plan through. People start asking questions, like especially here in the Netherlands, if you don't have a majority, then you don't get the they have to form a coalition, and if everybody within that coalition is basically against your policies, then yeah. That's how our government went last time. Let's hope people have learned from that. I'm just gonna assume no. Because that's just how that works. Like, of course, people don't learn from their mistakes. And they will make those mistakes again after the party says, this time we are actually gonna do it properly. So yeah, please, if you're Dutch and you're watching this stream or VOD, depending on your preference, I don't mind either one as long as it's of you. But just look at a lot of look at the programs of a lot of parties. Like I found on Reddit, I found a website that allows you to see the program just clearer. Because if you go to their website, you'll be reading paragraphs upon paragraphs, basically a whole book's worth of text for one program, for one party. But it can often be summarized within one sentence about what they want. And it would also, what's also a topic of discussion, which might happen and might not, is to change the road tax that we have here. Because yes, we have a tax that's specifically for the road, which the amount varies wildly depending on what type of car you drive. If you drive a big obnoxious pickup truck, you will be paying a lot of money because it's heavy, it's large, it wrecks the road. But let's say you drive a very light and nimble Renault Twingo, that doesn't really wear out the road a lot. That just uses the road normally. That means it gets to be cheaper on that tax. Because that's only fair. That it works that specific way. And of course other things make a small, compact city car run a lot cheaper than big expensive cars. Is the oh, hold on. Let me get there we go. Like, just make an educated guess on your vote. Vote what you want. But just look at a program properly. Well, that also depends. One party didn't do... Like, put the plan that they had was different from what they turned in. Which was a whole drama on its own. Hopefully I'm capable of getting these 2 jobs before it says, you can't do this because of your tax. Of your insurance copay. Alright, D6 outbound, E6 outbound, A2, B2. Well, we're first going to go to CP. Which is the coal power plant, which should be CPP. A2 inbound, which is there, which means what we can do is, if I just get onto my locomotive and give it some beans, because we need to get our speed. Oh, glass is really full. That's good. That will definitely get us up the hill. Then put that down a little bit. The damper. Yeah, we're basically gonna come in from here. We can loop all the way around, go into A2 inbound, loop back over here. Hopefully allow it to go back through here and then out there. Otherwise, it's gonna become a whole mess. Or I go... Yeah, this is gonna be weird. I'm gonna have to look into that. We are leaving the harbor with a load of... It's fragile? No, it's just long. This means I'm as long too. So that's why we are hauling around this corner and I still can't see the end of my train. There is the end of my train. Come on, drop in. Drop into the cab so I can see my speed. And use the whistle. Whistles, man, is necessary. Fire is burning really hot now. Let me load, shovel, damper down a little bit more. I'm almost doing 50, which means I have to tone down a little bit. We're gonna go uphill anyway, so all I'm supposed to do is just close the throttle a little bit, let the pressure drop, let the speed drop, then pick it back up again, so you don't drop it too much. That was a dumb thing to do. Oh, well, we're making it up the hill anyway. And we're up on top of the hill. Now we get to do a little bit of flat around the corner. Well, our speed is still dropping because most of my train is still on the back.
This bird is literally Dracula, holy shit. Do you still have my stream open? I know you have no audio, but...
I kinda killed my fire too much.
Bush,
Yeah.
do you still have my stream open?
Yeah, but no audio because, of course, I'm streaming as
that's,
well.
that's fine. Watch what this bird does to its prey.
What, does it just suck?
That.
Oh, it just impales them.
Yeah, it just leaves it there to just eat it over days.
Alright, I want all the temperature. I want all the pressure. It's working. I guess I can close the thing, put the dampener in a little bit. Right, we are still climbing though. Yeah, the fire is quite hot and we are gaining more pressure. Can I close it damper a little bit more? Now we're going.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna do a sleep.
Yes.
I'm gonna deliver.
See you. I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, this time you're gonna make sure your audio works. Or it depends if I'm streaming, then I'm gonna have to make sure my audio works. Imagine
Yeah.
I have to record, and I forget my audio as well.
Oh. No.
On one hand, it would be incredibly funny. On the other hand, incredibly frustrating. Why is where coal in the hole? Coal in the hole. Why is my coal hole so empty?
So I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow as well.
Bye.
Bye. And then I was alone. Alright, switches should be set correctly apart from the center one, which is this one, which should be aimed... Wait. Yeah, like that. This one is definitely aimed like that. This one is aimed like that. This one is aimed like that. And like that. Whoa. Whoa, I thought something bad had happened. We just went into a tunnel. Alright, I can lower this. My fire is quite low now, so I'm slowly losing pressure. I guess I can pull this up a little bit. Oh, you haven't derailed yet, so... Oh wait, we have. Turntable is quite small. I'm just slowly feeding less and less steam through it. Which means a smaller fire works way better. Hole in hole. Shut the doors. It's gonna be another incline. Right now we should have reached the flat spot. Means I'm gonna open this. Like, that is a neat feature. Oh. Water is quite low. But because we're on flat ground, I can use less steam to still increase my speed because, yeah. In the meantime, I'm trying to fill my boiler up with water. That will kill my pressures, but let's hope they come up again. Or I'll just increase this. Like, I increase my temp and increase my water flow while using less and less steam to propel myself forward, so I keep my pressures. Although I'm still trying to, you know what, I'm just gonna stop all pressure going in. I mean, in reality, pressure shouldn't go down because you're not well, I'm exhausting a little bit still. And you're adding cold water, which causes condensation. Unless you keep your fire hot enough so it doesn't start to, it does mean I have to turn my blower on a little bit. Unload shovel. Open this up a little bit, open up the damper a little bit more. Now, the water is starting to rise into the boiler a little bit. Now my main question is, do I still have water? Boom, I guess. Oh. Oh, we are very, very low on water. Yeah. Where, do we have a stop somewhere? I guess City West is a place where I have to refill on water. That's still quite a bit away. Yeah. I guess the next best thing might be farm, like doing that route. Like a little bit of detour, but going through the farm. Because we're low. I refilled water. I could have sworn this hat used to have a better fuel economy. Like, I have to take the old route to go up through the farm. Like, that is our only hope at this point. Like, once this, I think once is gonna keep it open like that because eventually it will just stop. I guess I'm not using a lot of steam anymore to push up hills. Otherwise, I am screwed. I just have to get to the farm, fill it up with water there, spend a lot of money, and then continue on. Because I could, in theory, try and push towards the City West. But I feel like that would be detrimental and a very dangerous thing to do. With a potential blowing engine. Yeah, I think I'm officially out. So we're gonna hang right. Yeah, we're doing around 50, yeah. Good enough. Now this switches set to that as well. Which is a downhill 50. Which means we are... Well, we're doing 50 on the dot, so... we, I guess. We're gonna go to that location specifically. $90. Which might not be smart to do, especially since most of my train is still in the corner. And I guess I could keep my fire cold, because I'm not using any steam anyway. Just gonna use gravity. Yep, 60. We're doing 60. Might want to slam on the brakes a little bit. You know, get that one bar going. Try and keep us at a speed. That is coming up. Let's actually apply more brake. Because I want to yank on that. And I think it says 50 downhill, so... That was a little bit of emergency braking right there. It was a little bit of a lot of emergency braking. Because otherwise I would have gone too fast. Also, I'm gonna go too fast again here. Pretty soon. Let me actually take a look at this book here. Farm has me going all the way to the left, so this, there we go. Switch is set correctly now. To the point where I'm gonna have to slow down a lot again. Just where does all my water go? Like, I'm completely out. Also, my flashlight is almost empty. It's kind of a bummer. Should probably put it right there. So, where is the water tower here? It says it's there, but is it there is the question. Yep, it's right there. So it's a slight detour with refueling. Or rewatering. a little bit more forward. Right, so in theory, I should be able to now use the brakes to hold it. It says misaligned, but I can fix that. Then we're gonna spend like 5 grand. Right, spawn the water in. Now we're gonna get back into the engine. Crack it. Like just fill up the boiler a little bit more. Like nice and full. See the pressure drop, that's how it's supposed to go. Right, that should be enough. Then let's fill it once more so we're actually filled again. And then let go of all the brakes. Put some steam into it. There we go, and we're rolling again. Alright, so I'm not getting any more power out of it. I haven't built the pressure yet. So I guess the quickest solution would be to crack that open. So we're slowly feeding water into the boiler. Then we're gonna dump that down, close that off again so we don't fully just yank the temperature up. Are oil well central switches set correctly? I don't know. We shall see. Now we're getting nice and toasty. Right, it seems to be fine. Yeah, we can blast through this without slowing down. Yes, I do have a creative save where I just keep running into oil well central and oil well north. It's hilarious to just slam it into a bunch of explosive wagons and watch it all go up in smoke. Now we're getting toasty. And it's turning into daytime, so we can actually see shit. Now we're going. Turn the corner. Oh, we're eventually gonna run up to a 30. Like, usually I'd go underneath here, but now I have to go all the way around. And I'm currently... It's still gonna go through there, and there's a 30 there that at some point I missed. See? It's charging. So we're slowly generating more pressure. That at some point I didn't see that sign and it nearly wrecked me. Or no, that it did actually wreck me. Like, I actually derailed because of that corner. Currently doing slightly too fast, so let me... Let me gently go around this corner. Like that. That's another switch that I can kind of pass through. How much do I have? A lot of coal. Meantime, I still have a lot of water in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna go towards the sawmill. Like, I might want at some point take a look at the oil refinery. Iron mine east, coal mine east, oil well north, forest central, forest south, coal mine south. Yeah, for this you're also basically gonna be doing 30. Flashlight, yes. Flashlight is full. You see there's 3 and we're doing 34. Should be a possibility. Without derailing. Potentially. Corner also slows you down, so Right, the final stretch towards the coal plant. Alright, we're on an uphill now, so let's build a firebox. Pull this up a little bit. Get a little bit more fire going. I get the fire hotter, throw some steam through it. Now start working the engine. Because now we're going uphill. And now we're really burning hot and burning for an uphill. That's the thing, you have to burn a lot of coal for uphill and you just don't use that much fuel when going downhill. Overall, a diesel, it's easier to run. It doesn't require checking the water and the coal. You just make sure you do not, under any circumstance, run out of fuel. So yeah, I started out with a little bit of money. I started with like 60. I bought a license for 30,000, so I basically got my money back. But running the steam is not efficient. Like, I spent 20k on a job that's worth 30k maybe. I did put the fuel prices up though, so that's probably the cause. Right, I don't need to fire that hot anymore. So I have to get the pressure up semi-quickly, so... But the speed is there, so I can sort of throttle back a little bit. Alright, this is the first switch that comes up. We're doing 50. Almost have 9 bar of pressure. Pretty full boiler. I'm using 6 through the steam chest. Fire temp is 900. Scoop added. This part is downhill because it's a short bit, so I guess we are going to be shutting the throttle. Because my theory for this is... Let's see where the switches are already. They're about to be right around there, so... More coal. Oh, it's not that steep. Alright. Like, my idea is still to go... From here, we go into here, which is set to there. We could, in theory, do this and then... But my idea is basically to go here. I'm currently following the switches as indicated, which is a bit... Yeah, we go over here, into here, and then I can do that, I guess. If 6S is actually free, otherwise I might have a problem. Oh no, wait, I don't. I can easily just do this and then done. No big deal. Then we can set the switch back to there after we're over it. I've already looked here. There isn't a demonstrator here. I think... Do I have the piece of paper up here still? I mean, I do. I just have to find it again. Also, I had an entire can. So... I know my engine is slowly stalling. Trust me, it'll make it. Another tally mark on there. Let's see, what does it say? I found the DM3 at this DM3 and D6 at Steel Mill. DH4 is at the museum because it was at City South. The S060 is at the Goods Factory, and the S282 is at City West. Yeah, I think it would stall out, but I'm not because I've mastered the train. You could say I've done a lot of training. I will not be apologizing for that joke. Let's hope there isn't something already in A2 inbound, otherwise we're gonna have troubles. Going through some weird shenanigans regarding trains, because the back of the train is there. I'm gonna have to pull that in. So I think I'm gonna actually stop that, push that all the way in, because I don't need fire temp right now. Like, once you realize when you do and don't need fire temp, well, doing a little bit of temperature in there, though. Can't just dump the fire. I think I want to do that one, yeah. Otherwise it would go the wrong direction. There doesn't seem to be anything there, so that means we can just pull in, stop, disconnect, turn it in, run back, start the train again, and go. All I have to do is hopefully brake with the independent brake. Start slowing down. Yeah, we are slowing down. Using the independent brake for this one is the smart option. Otherwise you're leaking all the air throughout the entire train. And you don't want to be dumping all your air when you still have the rest of the train that needs to continue. Yeah, last time I was there I had to water as well. Speaking of water. Why does this thing suck water? Why? Oh, and now it's raining. It's gonna cost me so much to get back. Come on, stop, stop, stop. Right, hopefully everything is on the tracks. Yeah, everything's on. Alright. Neat. Let's disconnect, turn the job in, continue with the train. Because it is pretty much almost out of water again. So when did that range get so bad? I guess I'm not even pushing the engine that hard, it's just being weird and inefficient. Like Steam is supposed to be the cheaper alternative, like the complicated yet cheaper alternative, if you know how to operate it properly. And I apparently don't know how to operate it properly because it's inefficient. Unless there's specifically a job here for Iron Mine West, I'm not taking it. Oh. Annoying, I forgot to tie a handbrake. It's very time consuming and annoying. But hey, oh well, it is a train. Alright, now it shouldn't give me a warning. Because there's a handbrake tied. Which is the same... Like, often people think, oh, well, what is that for? But it's the same as a car. Like, trains are surprisingly similar to cars. It's just big thing. Like, think car, but bigger. Right, now can I turn it in? 44 minutes to do an 82-minute job, and I get 51,000 for it. Which bumps me up to around 110? Yep. Is there water here, or is there no water here? There isn't any water in this... Well, there is water there on that track. Which is... Is that where I'm currently heading? Yes, I could easily pick up some more water here. Nice. Like, I think I'm actually heading straight for it. Now to think about it. Yes, I am. Nice. Then I can back up, and then I can continue on. Because who doesn't love using water and fire to power a locomotive instead of just diesel and a combustion engine? And we are running incredibly light now. We are just running a train that's 150 tons. We just dropped off the bulk of our weight. Because I'm gonna have to... The whole reason I'm going this direction is because I need to back up. So if you look at here, too, it doesn't go back in there. All it does is go around. Is the door even open? No, it isn't. And it's almost bone dry. Oh, I heard a beep. Is it slide overshoot? But yeah. Such an overshoot that if I pull back slightly, I can immediately refill with coal. Like, let off the brake and slightly... just ever so slightly move back. Alright, pay for the coal. It is slowly rolling towards. I think it ran out of steam. Yeah. Put a little bit more into the chest. Right, and now if I stop it again, all I have to do is align, which is this one. I don't want to be removing water, I want to add water. Alright, well, we have fresh water now. We need to pull forward even more, so... off the brakes we go. A little bit more steam. I have to move past that switch. Right, that should do the trick. Let's stop this train. And let's speed up the going backwards a lot. Still at some point hoping to find the DE2. For some reason I always struggle to find that one. Like, I can easily find the other locomotives, but DE2, invisible. Alright, where? I guess a smart move allowing these two switches before you start the other lane. So you can easily switch from one to the other. Because as soon as I think I pause that switch, I can set it to straight, which puts me on that track, which does loop around and send us out to the machine factory, which then sends us towards Iron Mine West. And I don't have to care about weight and everything, because what weight? Let me use some steam again. Oh yeah, that's the switch I'm looking for. There's a switch. Did I do it perfectly? So I can just say, alright, we're going there now. And apply brake. Roll it into forward. Slam some steam into the chest. Yep, I did it perfectly. That is amazing. Wait, I need to go to Machine Factory real quick. Scroll. This one needs to go there, this one needs to go there. Now we're coming from the south side. There are multiple trains here. I mean, I could have, in theory, just refueled or re-watered here. Or at the machine factory, at least. Right, it's pretty much a straight line, so let's speed along. Yeah, this job isn't going to give me enough to go for the D6, which I'm still really wanting to do because it would mean I wouldn't be stuck with steam engines. Even though I love steam engines, they're a handful to operate. Like, they're a handful to operate. Like, you're continuously having to think of, what is my water doing? What is my fire doing? What is the temperature? What is my pressure? How much chest pressure do I have? What is my speed? Do I have sand? Is my main reservoir filled? Is my brake pipe filled? Of course, the brake pipe, the brakes, the sand, and the speed are all related to the diesel engines as well, like so the steam thing. However, the bell bit, the water, everything steering related is a problem. Like anything with the steering of the fire tent, at least. Like that big one. Or that one. Or that one. But not the small one. I think this is the first time actually delivering to Iron Mine West. Like, actually going there. Mainly because either loads are like this, very light, or just not useful at all. And only a real bother to deal with. And I can't be bothered to deal with it. Puns. I will never stop making them. Right, downhill, so speed is gonna increase. We're allowed to do 80. Pretty decent downhill. Last time I tried to go up here, I couldn't. I was coming from the iron, I think it was last week, I was coming up from the Iron Mine West towards the steel mill, and I couldn't make it up the hill, so I had to back down, go the other way around. Which is a less steep, less direct route. You see, minus 1.7, 80, moving down to a 60. Which we were almost doing. Actually, we are over that, so we're gonna apply 1 bar of brake pressure to keep us from, well, maybe a little bit more. Like 1.5. Because as opposed to the 50. Let's bring it up to 2 bar and really slow us down. Because I guess this is why they say 50 for the switches. Oh, 50 on a massive downhill. Yeah, that is that. $50 flat. But these brakes are, I think, non-self-lapping, which means that instead of having, you know, like the independent brake, just each notch adds a little bit more. You have 3 notches basically. There we go again. With less braking, more braking, and keep it at this pressure, please. I like this amount of braking. And depending on what you're used to, these brakes can act nicer than the other. Like the independent is just you shove it in the corner and it just brakes. Wait, I haven't looked at Iron Mine West map at all. Wow, what a difficult one. B2 inbound. I hope it's entirely free, otherwise it's going to be quite annoying. I might want to start braking as well. We are slowly grinding to a halt. Then we get out, apply a tie handbrake, nice and easy. And do everything. Turn it in. That is not the right building. Where is the right building? The building is over there. I have two very similar looking buildings. Also doesn't help that I'm tired. $63 out of the 99. Give me 20k, which is probably going to go up to maintenance. But with that, I'm going to press buttons because time. Time and me being tired. I need to sleep. So I can wake up tomorrow again at an early hour of the day because work. Yeah, if you like what you saw and want to see more of it, you can find it on YouTube and Twitch as well. And if you have any feedback, make sure to let me know, either through leaving a like, a follow, subscribe to know that you like it, or any other feedback through a comment, or chatting in Twitch chat to let me know what you think of stuff and if I could do stuff in a better way. I'm always open to feedback. And yeah, next stream will be in a couple of days. Will be Friday. Will be Stormworks. And yeah, my camera can do stuff. Yes, there we go. And yeah, I hope to see everybody next stream. I wish everybody a very pleasant evening, night, morning, or afternoon. And for me, goodbye.